Hey, what's up folks, X20G here. Welcome to a bit of a random video. I thought I'd quickly make this one because it's a bit of F1 news. So firstly, this is going to be news that is going to be good for a couple of drivers. Jenson Button, Lando Norris, Stoffel Van Dorn and Carlos Sainz Jr. Not so good for McLaren. Yep, this is not so good. The guy who has been with the team for the past, I think, 3 years now, not including the 2015 season, and has pretty much been the guy who's done a lot for the team, is going to retire. It's Monsieur Fernando Alonso, the double world champion, won both championships, Renault, and then had a 5-year stint at Ferrari, is retiring at the end of the season. Like I said, this is not good news for McLaren because they've got to find a replacement that's going to be good enough to be kind of up with Fernando, really, there. What this basically means is that now that they have to replace him with someone, that's Lando Norris, Carlos Sainz Jr., or even not Fernando. I wish. Maybe Jenson Button could come in and return and be like an almighty comeback from the Brit. Probably less likely to happen. I can see Lando Norris or Carlos Sainz Jr. It's going to be them two, whichever one goes through. Obviously, rumours suggest that Carlos is going to go to McLaren after the Renault being dropped by them for next year. Because with Daniel Ricciardo coming in, that's if Pierre Gasly moves up to Red Bull. Can't see Carlos going really to Red Bull anyway, so I think that's where he's going to be going, unless Lando Norris comes in and Carlos is left really in the dust. One thing to note though is that Van Dorn is pretty much set to stay now. So McLaren aren't Toro Rosso. If you don't know what Toro Rosso and the Red Bull program do, if they have to drop a driver or a driver moves up to the front team, they don't think the other driver is worthy enough to drop him as well and just bring 2 rookies in, because obviously that's the junior team for Red Bull. They need to bring up as much talent as possible. The thing is, McLaren don't do that. McLaren, from all I've known, since Lewis Hamilton left them, for instance, they've always brung in another driver. They bring a rookie in. We saw after Sergio Perez. Kevin Magnussen came in and took that seat. So Perez. We had Lewis Hamilton back in 2007 to partner Fernando Alonso, who was set to go away there anyway after Kimi left and Montoya left. So there is kind of where it's something I can't see McLaren doing. I don't think I'll let many of us can actually see them doing. This obviously is a turning point though in the driver market, a bit like Daniel Ricciardo's one. He had said that he had it in his mind for a month that he was going to retire at the end of the season, and to be honest, quite frankly, I don't blame him. He's had a rough couple of years. He last won a race in 2013. He has the potential still. He's not been able to deliver it at McLaren. He could have stayed at Ferrari. That, though, wasn't going to happen. Obviously, they had Ferrari their eyes on Vettel for quite some time. Fernando and Ferrari didn't get along. McLaren was the only other team that would employ him, and they then became obviously powered by Honda, and we all know how that happened. So, yeah, basically, this is a massive turning point in the driver market, like Daniel Rick to Renault. That's opened another seat up that, potentially, Carlos Sainz could go to. This has basically been the whole James Key and Toro Rosso and McLaren whole battle could potentially be out the window now, because they may have to keep Lando Norris because maybe they don't want Carlos Sainz. They might have to, because obviously Stoffel Van Dorn's going to have to stay because they're going to need someone experienced, somewhat experienced. We know what happens with Lawrence Stroll. He's probably going to be going to Force India after Lawrence has obviously bought it out. So there's a seat open there. It's become an absolute nightmare this just now, and I think a lot of us were expecting the main kind of, the main stuff, the main drama to come when we go to Spa in a couple of weeks' time. I think it's about 2-3 weeks now until Spa, and now the whole thing has just been turned on its head. McLaren are going to be going. No, they've lost a lot now. They've really lost probably their biggest asset now. They lost Jenson. He was like, no, I'm gone. I don't think you're worthy anymore. Stay with the team because he knew what the team were capable of after Zach Brown came in to replace Ron Dennis. It's just been an absolute nightmare for McLaren right now. You feel for them, but at the same time, you've got to think, Fernando, there were nothing really there left for him. He's accomplished a lot. He's unfortunately not accomplished really what he's deserved. What does this mean for Alonso though? Where could he go? Everyone reckons IndyCar. IndyCar's a great shot for him. He was in the Indy 500 last year. He's not participating in any IndyCar race this year. He's won Le Mans. That's the only thing now that he could do, the Indy 500, to secure the Triple Crown. And I think that's his whole career over with. I think as soon as he gets that, maybe the IndyCar Championship in the driver's standings. Formula E, highly doubt he'll go there. But there is a possibility. Obviously, Felipe Massa's going there this December when they start the new season, Season 5, the 2018-2019 season. He's going with Venturi. Obviously, with Susie Wolff is now running. Toto's wife. Yeah, there's this possibility there. NASCAR, I can't see that. Sports cars, I don't know. Formula E is probably an IndyCar the biggest bets for him. You know, you've got a couple of drivers that have been in F1 went to IndyCar. Well, Pablo Montoya went. He's not in anymore. I think he might have retired. I'm not too sure though. You know, you've got the Grand Prix of Long Beach as well there. That's something he's probably going to want to win because it's like the Monaco of IndyCar. Formula E is a shout. Nico Prost has left Renault, which is typical Nissan. That's opened up a seat there for him, so where he could go to what will be Nissan Edams if he wanted to. Yeah, I don't think there's anywhere really else that he could do well at. Maybe Dragon if Jerome D'Ambrosio is, you know, going. You know, Andretti if they decide not to keep Stefan Sarazan, and I'm pretty sure he will go with Andretti to IndyCar. So it would be perfect if he's there because you'll know the guys there anyway, especially if he goes to IndyCar. So no matter what, I think Andretti in any of the sports would be probably a good shot for him. But Nissan Edams, Andretti in Formula E, Andretti Autosport in IndyCar, Andretti Autosport in Formula E, or I think it's called MSNAD Andretti right now. But yeah, a turning point really in the driver market. I was actually on Minecraft doing some things editing for the next Minecraft Survival episode, and well, the next one I'm going to record, and all of a sudden my dad shouts me and I'm like, oh, for God's sake, shout, what? And he wants me. Fernando Alonso's retired. I skipped because it was on ITV News, and it's just an absolute turning point. Like, I had shivers on my spine when I found out, and I still do now. It's ridiculous. Yeah, speaking of Fernando Alonso as well, I'm doing the F1 2015-14 season career mode, so that's perfect fitting time as well. I don't know when that's going to be coming out. I know it's going to be coming out. That's all I know about now, just to warn you guys. It's an guys, this is an absolute turning point. The driver market once again has been flipped on its head. That's something Daniel Ricciardo would have done, and he did when he said he was moving to Renault. But yeah, let me know your opinion on it. What do you think about Fernando Alonso's retirement? Is this good for the sport? I'll have a poll around the 8-minute. I'll put something up so you know, just to say. I could probably write it down actually somewhere, just to say there's will be a poll there. So 8 minutes will be a poll to say where do you think Fernando will go. There'll be a list of options. It's most likely to be Formula E or IndyCar. I might add some extra ones on there though. And I'll probably another one if do you think he'll or like just a full-on retirement from motorsport, full stop. But I think really the best bet for him is IndyCar because he's already raced there. He's raced in the Indy 500, so he has a bit of experience with oval tracks. You know, you've got Alexander Rossi who did something with Marussia in F1. Max Chilton's right now there. I needed a couple of years, and he was really known for finishing races. However, if he was the Formula E, it's going to take a lot of experience to learn to. It's street circuits, and Monaco's there on the kind of for the, you know, and there's going to be obviously other tracks. Remember, we're clearly in Mexico City, which is not obviously the same layout though. But yeah, you've got Lucas Di Grassi, Sebastian Buemi, Jerome if he stays, Sam Bird, Jean-Eric Vergne, the new Formula E champion. So many drivers that he's gonna know from his time in F1. You know, Nick Heidfeld, you know, Felipe Massa, they're all gonna be there. But will he think, hold on a sec, I know these guys, these might be able to help me there? Or will he prioritise on IndyCar knowing that there's only one or two drivers he's probably going to know? He's driven against the majority of them anyway for the Indy 500. And just hope that Honda provide a better engine for the next year. That's going to be efficiency wise, and you know, everything that he needs to win the IndyCar, the Indy 500. You know, over the Chevrolets. And if he could do that, Andretti he can go to, boom, get the Indy 500 win, secure that Triple Crown, and at the end of it, he's got everything he's desired. You know, he's wanted the Monaco wins, he's wanted the F1 wins, he's wanted the F1 championships. You know, the closest thing for him right now is gonna be where he is right now, where we expect him to go to, and that'll be just to win the Triple Crown. I don't know what's going on with the footage here. This is like the worst bit of footage. I can't actually believe this is this. But yeah, guys, thank you all very much for watching. This has been X2G here, bringing you a surprise video. I'm surprised. We're all surprised. Thank you all very much for watching. That happened, and I will see you all next time. Goodbye.